Power Media.
Hey folks, welcome to the Pine Forest Coaches Show, coming to you live from Peaden's. It's funny how when we come on, everybody wants to quit talking over here. Like I'm really paying attention. Y'all, this is a live show. Y'all keep going. Y'all keep eating. Y'all keep having fun over there. I'm glad people got people that showed up in the rain. So thanks for coming out, y'all. I mean, yeah, and you're here too. We know, but your mom is not here. Beulah May Wade is not here. So, hey, I'm Billy Mack. We are coming to you live from Peaden Seafood and Catering at 1600 MacArthur Road. We are at the Pine Forest Coaches Show on a rainy Wednesday night. So we appreciate all the folks who have come out. So maybe you stayed dry tonight. Maybe you wanted to stay home. So you're not here. Maybe you were at one of the events tonight that got canceled. We know that soccer got canceled tonight. I saw head coach Isaac Rancour earlier. He was driving the bus. We were hoping he's going to be here tonight. He had to go home and check with his wife. But we'll see if he'll get here a little bit later. We're going to have head coach Bill Sochovka on. We're going to talk about that thrilling Trojan win Friday night at E.E. Smith. Come from behind, Trojans. And we're going to have the sponsor of tonight's show, New Again Carpet Cleaning, is going to be on. Jeff Houghton is in the house. There he is. But we got an action-packed show here tonight. We got cheerleaders. We got Mary Morgan. We got Hannah. Sarah's going to be coming over and talking to us about this really cool thing they got going on this Friday night with some of the elementary school kids. Just a potpourri, a plethora, a whole bunch of stuff is going to be going on here tonight here from Peaden's. So come on out. The rain has stopped. Has the rain stopped, Jeff? Wow. Has the rain stopped? Oh, it's still raining outside, but that's okay. You'll dry. But come on out, 1600 MacArthur Road. They were our sponsor last week. This week we're New Again Carpet Cleaning, so maybe you're tracking some mud in tonight from all this rain we're having. From maybe there was maybe your road was flooded. You're not quite sure what to do. You had to walk home. You're tracking all this mud in. So New Again Carpet Cleaning, newagaincarpetcleaning.com, Jeff? Newagaincarpetcleaning.com? newagaincarpet.com. You can use their 24-hour, 7-day-a-week scheduling program. You don't even have to talk to anybody. You can just schedule it, tell them what you need. You'll get a quote right over the internet. So that's cool. Newagaincarpet.com is the number you want to dial. So it's Pine Forest Trojans Athletic Booster Club Trojans Coaches Show here tonight, coming to you live from Peaden's. They got some kids over there. We're going to have Sarah on in just a second. He can come on board. He looks a little unhappy over there. Now he's fine. Now he can see. But, hey, we appreciate you coming out. Appreciate all the sponsors, Peaden's, New Again Carpet Cleaning, Pack Power Media, Pro Cable, Bridgemark Inc., Scott Service Company. We're going to have Jonathan here next week. Really excited to have him here. Don't forget, this Friday night at home, the Trojans are going to be taking on the Jack Britt Buccaneers in 4A Mid-South Conference action. Trojans are 1-0. The Buccaneers are 0-1. Not a good situation right now for the Buccaneers, having lost 4 in a row. But they are. We'll see what happens. As we know, we've seen it plenty of times. When you get that oblong pigskin bouncing around, you never know what might happen. But when we come back, we're going to get Sarah. We're going to talk cheerleading. We're going to get some cheers up here. We're going to move this table so that Hannah and Mary Morgan can actually do a cheer. Are you doing a cheer with them too? Is she going to cheer with us? You're going to cheer with us? Oh, this is going to be good. Hey, you don't want to miss it. We're going to take a 2-minute break, come right back. But it's the Trojan Coaches Show brought to you by New Again Carpet Cleaning. Go to newagaincarpet.com. We'll be right back.
Awesome. Discover what's behind the gates at Gates 4 Golf and Country Club.
One of the area's premier gated communities, featuring an 18-hole championship golf course, a beautiful 3/4-mile exercise trail with a children's play area, 4 new USTA tennis courts and pavilion, perfect for weddings and receptions, a family-friendly pool with cover patio, and our clubhouse offers many dining options along with live entertainment and dancing.
Golf, swimming, tennis, dining. Learn more about membership at gates4.com.
On the beach. Ever since Jerry visited Valley Radiology, her legs are looking better than ever. Here I go.
Valley Radiology's minimally invasive treatments will rid your legs of the appearance of spider veins and bring relief from varicose veins, giving you the confidence to show off your legs. So go ahead, grab the shorts.
Sorry I can't hang around. I've got places to go.
Are you remodeling? The Restore Warehouse, Fayetteville's new and used home improvement alternative, is the area leader in new and used home and building supplies. Donate furniture, appliances, cabinets, lighting, windows, doors, or bath items. All donations are tax deductible. The Restore Warehouse also sells new kitchen cabinets, tile, flooring, and vanities for less. Plus, all net profits are donated to local Fayetteville area charities. Donate, shop, save, and support your community. Call now to schedule your free donation pickup.
Pack Power Media.
And hey, welcome back to Peaden Seafood and Catering. We're here on MacArthur Road, live Trojans coaches show. And I've got not coaches tonight, but yeah, that's right. We're going to have some cheerleaders. Oh yeah, we're going to move all this. We're going to have a cheer from Mary Morgan and Hannah and Mary Catherine. Oh yeah, but hey, right now I've got Sarah Page and Landon has decided to join us. So welcome to the Trojan Coaches Show, Sarah.
Thank you.
And Landon, you want to say something?
You want to say hey? Say hey.
And now he's bashful. So Sarah is the varsity cheerleading coach at Pine Forest High School. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you've got something big coming up this week, elementary school night. Tell us a little bit about that and what's going on.
Yes, sir. So the elementary kids,
Hey.
they're invited to come on Friday night to the ball game. Our principal has dispersed tickets to the elementary schools, our district elementary schools, and they can come in free with the purchase of an adult ticket. Also, the varsity cheerleaders we're holding a camp this week on Tuesday, yesterday, last night, and tomorrow night we're holding a camp from 6 to 7:15. It was $10, and that provides them with a t-shirt, and the cheerleaders are teaching them about 3-4 cheers and a couple of dances that they can perform, and they're going to perform the first quarter of the football game.
All right, and my little girl Caroline, who was not here tonight, was there yesterday, and we got to see all 3 cheers last night from the living room. So thank y'all for doing that. So it's something like, "Don't back up, you're our Trojan," something like that. So I got the movement down. It's the whole thing is frozen. I see that over there now. Well, we're going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. Hopefully, we'll come back up here in just a second. If not, we'll go to a commercial. See if you can trigger a commercial and see what's there. Can you trigger a commercial at all? Go ahead and close it down. Then let's see what happened. That has never happened before. It was Landon. Landon did it. All right. Oh, there we are. Hey, folks. We'll be back to pick you up later. That's all right. I told you we'd be right back. That's because Mary Catherine's going to be on here. It got scared. She said, "Let it go, let it go." So we were talking about elementary night, elementary school kids. So that's Howard Hall, Long Hill, Raleigh Road,
College Lakes, W. Brown, William Brown, Raleigh Road. I think you said that one.
Yep.
I think there's 7 schools around.
So they're going to get to do 3 cheers because
I think it's like 3 or 4 cheers. We're going to teach them a couple more cheers tomorrow night, a couple of chants, and then a dance or 2 tomorrow night as well, so they can dance with the band.
So that's really awesome. Like I said, I got to see them all last night when my little girl came home. She was really excited about being there. She was really excited about cheering. She's done some cheering with the Cape Fear Heroes before.
Oh wow!
But she's really excited about this. So why did y'all decide to do this? And what's so important about getting the elementary school kids out there?
Well, it actually first came up with one of my captains of the cheerleading squad. We were helping out at a spirit night for Howard Hall, and she noticed that a lot of the girls wanted to cheer along with them, and she came up with the idea that we should do a elementary camp so they could cheer with us, because we knew we wanted to do something for the elementary night, but we just didn't know quite what to do. And when she came up with this idea, we brought it to the principal, Mr. Colbreth, and he thought it was wonderful. And so we threw it together last minute, and I think that it's a great opportunity for our girls to give back to the community and be able to help the kids and let them have a little part in a Friday night football game. Yes, sir.
Now, how many girls are on the squad?
On the varsity squad, there is 13. On the JV squad, I have 10. At elementary, the elementary night last night, we had 54 elementary kids show up, and there's actually been, I think a couple of the schools didn't find out, or they didn't get the notices out quite, and we've had probably 10 more people calling to want to do the camp.
So we could have 60, 70 kids out there tomorrow night.
Right.
Wow, that sounds great. Now, to be a varsity cheerleader, what do the girls have to do? They just show up on the first Friday night and get a uniform?
No, we had
I'm getting looks from the crowd over here going, no.
We had tryouts at the very end of July. They had to learn a pretty difficult dance and a pretty difficult cheer, and they had about 1 to 2 days to learn that, and then they had a tryout. We had quite a bit of girls come out, and then 13 made the cut. So
13 made the cut, and we've got a couple of 3 here tonight. So why don't we come on and bring up Mary Morgan and Hannah, and we're going to actually get them to do a cheer here tonight. So as JT, our Methodist intern, is going to help me get this out of the way,
and MK
and MK. So we're going to step right over here. So come on up, ladies. So we got Mary Morgan and Hannah and MK. So have y'all got enough room? Are they looking good on the camera, Jake? Well, she's always off a little bit. All right. So what are we going to do?
Do you just want us to do one cheer?
How many do you want to do?
However many you want.
Let's do with one, and we'll see how good you do. Then we'll see if we'll bring you back for an encore.
Yes.
Like, do you want us to be loud?
Yes, I want you to be extremely loud. Whenever you're ready.
Get up out to see, out to the beat with the mighty touch, get up, and move with the touch, rock. P-A-P-O-S-T, and move to the beat. We are the mighty touch, P-A-P-O-S-T, and move with the touch, rock. P-A-P-O.
Woo! What about that? Wow, that was pretty good. Was it? Who wants to see him do another one? All right, the studio audience says we get to do another one.
One more?
I mean, if I don't want you to be winded, I mean, don't pass out. You're okay? I'm old. Can I do it with you?
You want to?
Well, I don't know the cheers, so it's going to be kind of hard. I mean, I would love to, but we don't have that much time. Next week. Yeah, we don't have our trainers here tonight. Hey, well, that's what you do. So where's our social media person? Do you want Billy Mack to do the cheer? That needs to be the poll question. If it comes back, we'll do it before the end of the night. But y'all go ahead.
One more?
One more.
Okay. P-S-A-S, we came to shake you up. The B-E-S-T, we're H-Y-P-E. So get up, F-to-C-N-J, to this B-P-S-H-S. We came to shake you up. The B-E-S-T, we're H-Y-P-E. So get up, F-to-C-N-J, to this B.
Woo! How about that? Let me get you to hold that one. Hey, so this is Mary Morgan, this is MK, and this is Hannah, and they are cheerleaders at Pine Forest High School. If you want to see more of that, and I mean that was pretty good for just. I mean they've been over there eating shrimp and hush puppies, and So if you want to see more of that, Friday night, 7:30. Pine Forest versus Jack Britt. It's going to be elementary school night, so they're going to have 50 to 60.
7 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sorry.
7.
I'm still. 7 o'clock. So don't show up at 7:30. 7 o'clock. You want to get there early because it's always a big crowd when it's a home game at Pine Forest. So if you want to see her, Mary Morgan, MK, and Hannah, and all the other 10 cheerleaders, then get there along with the. There's 10, right?
There's
Yeah,
10
because
more.
I can count.
Right.
I may not know what time the game starts, but I can add 3 and 10, plus the 60 to 70 elementary school kids that needed to get there. What time they need to get there?
The elementary school kids? Or
Yeah, what time do everybody need to show up?
Probably 6:45.
6:45?
The elementary school kids need to get there between 5:30 and 6:30. And
All
they
right,
need to be
but-
down by the gate by 6:30.
And one of our elementary school kids just showed up. But, hey, you need to be there Friday night. Game time is 7 o'clock. E.E. Smith, Jack Britt. When we come back, we're going to talk to Bill Sochovka about that thrilling win at E.E. Smith last week. And then we're going to talk about the Jack Britt game coming up, as they are now 1-0 in Mid-South Conference play and working their way towards the title. So take us to break, ladies. Let's go to break. Let's go. Yeah. Right back.
Discover what's behind the gates at Gates 4 Golf and Country Club.
One of the area's premier gated communities, featuring an 18-hole championship golf course, a beautiful 3/4-mile exercise trail with a children's play area, 4 new USTA tennis courts and pavilion, perfect for weddings and receptions, a family-friendly pool with cover patio, and our clubhouse offers many dining options along with live entertainment and dancing.
Golf, swimming, tennis, dining. Learn more about membership at gates4.com.
This is the year I get to enjoy cookouts and long walks on the beach. Ever since Jerry visited Valley Radiology, her legs are looking better than ever. Here I go.
Valley Radiology's minimally invasive treatments will rid your legs of the appearance of spider veins and bring relief from varicose veins, giving you the confidence to show off your legs. So go ahead, grab the shorts.
Sorry I can't hang around. I've got places to go.
Are you remodeling? The Restore Warehouse, Fayetteville's new and used home improvement alternative, is the area leader in new and used home and building supplies. Donate furniture, appliances, cabinets, lighting, windows, doors, or bath items. All donations are tax deductible. The Restore Warehouse also sells new kitchen cabinets, tile, flooring, and vanities for less. Plus, all net profits are donated to local Fayetteville area charities. Donate, shop, save, and support your community. Call now to schedule your free donation pickup.
Pack Power Media.
Hey, welcome back to Peaden's for the Pine Forest Coaches Show, as we're all trying to catch our breath from that great show right there by the cheerleaders. Joined by head coach Bill Sochovka. Coach, we were talking about that off the air, and you don't get to see the girls cheer. So,
I was
your
really impressed at how loud they were, especially Mary Morgan. Usually she's pretty quiet. She kind of shocked me there, but yeah, we don't get to see that. You know, halftime shows, things like that. You don't really appreciate what they do, and they work hard just like anybody else. Them and the band, and you know, they're out there in the summertime in the heat just like we are. So it was refreshing to see them here tonight.
When we live stream your next game, you'll be able to go home and watch it after the game.
That's exactly right.
As you're watching the game. So
what a setup on that one, Bill.
Well, you know.
Hey, you know my feeling. I don't see why not.
You know, but big win Friday night, 49-32 over E.E. Smith. We talked about him last week. We talked about Xavier Bullock, the quarterback, and he had a big game, 4 touchdowns rushing, 1 touchdown passing. But you guys pulled it out, and it was the ground game led by Levante Carter, who had 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 receiving, 1 punt return. It seemed like it really turned it around. But talk about getting down in the first quarter, in the first half, and then what you said to him at halftime to really pull it out in the second half and pull away from them.
Well, when we took that opening kickoff and went down and we couldn't get into 3, that was a big play, obviously, because it gave them hope, and we gave them a lot of hope. We gave them pass interception, a fumble here, short field, So as a team, as athletic as Smith, you can't do that to anybody. And I think you and I talked about this before. When you get in a conference play, you throw every record out, every stat out, because any given night things can happen. What did I say to them at halftime? I just was kind of saying that we're playing around with them. We knew that we were a better team. And I really didn't have to say much. And we talked about this last week as well, is that the leadership of this team, they also knew what it was about. I remember Vontae, after he scored his first touchdown, come back. I think we scored, it was 19 or 14 or 15-7. They scored to go up. And then Vontae said, "Don't worry, Coach, I got you." And he did, along with the other components of the team. The other thing in the second half, we did a great second half time adjustments on the defensive side of the ball. Our D tackles were coming too far upfield and letting their quarterback run underneath. And we just, as I told them, I said, we played 2 really good quarters and put up 49 points. I said, imagine if we could come out all 4 quarters every time and how many points we could put up. And even from the defensive side of the ball, we pretty much shut them down in the late third quarter and the fourth quarter so we could have that 17-point lead.
Because you guys seem to be making a name for yourself in comebacks. And I know that doesn't sit very well with you, does it?
Well, it does, but it doesn't. I mean, in teams that you're supposed to be up on, it doesn't sit well. But there were a couple of teams that were pretty tough. I think the Harder game was one of them that we came back from to beat that game. And that showed a lot of tenacity that we had. But yeah, you're right. I'm a type of person. If we could get the job done in the first half, let's get it done in the first half.
And then everybody can play.
Everybody can play. You can enjoy it more. It's a little bit more of a fun game from everybody. Yes.
But let's talk about Levante Carter. 15 rushes, 134 yards, 3 touchdowns, a 48-yard pass, 52-yard run, 35-yard punt. He's really stepped up and filling the void in the backfield.
Yeah, he's a very unique talent. I said in the paper he's probably one of the natural talents I've seen in 22 years at Pine Forest High School. He's got a very uncanny way. When he gets the ball, he's got this second, third gear that his body doesn't, aggressively go forward. He just lifts his legs and runs. When he cuts through a hole, it's almost like he gets skinny. I call it the Harry Potter effect, because that's really what happens. It's like something gets skinny, he could go. And he does have a great nose for the football and that extra speed. And he opened a lot of eyes for people to see what he's about in terms of his talent for his future at the college level.
And then Julian Hill, kind of an off week for him. Didn't really complete a lot of passes. I think he was 6'4", 188 yards with a touchdown pass. Actually 3 touchdown passes, I'm sorry, because he had one to Levante and then 2 to Riddell Robinson, who had 2 catches for 100 yards. So you had a nice balance between your passing and receiving. I know that's something you strive for every week.
Yeah, we talked about before, but I think teams don't, it all depends on what they give us. If they're going to give us a pass, we'll take the pass. If they give us the run, we'll take the run. So I think when defenses try to figure out what our tendencies are, you can't say, oh, we're a run team first, pass second, because whatever you give us, we'll take. And that's been real refreshing, particularly the last couple of years on the offensive side of the ball.
When you look at the defensive side of the ball, you gave up 32 points, but you only gave up 7 in the second half. Matthew Sochovka, 11 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. He continues to be the leader there. I know you said you made the adjustment with the tackles. They were getting too far upfield, but when you've got a running dual-threat quarterback like you got with Xavier Bullock, what kind of adjustments do you make for him? Do you put a spy on him, somebody who follows him over the field, or is it just more assignment football?
Well, it's assignment football, but also, in the first half, we did not do a good job getting flat to the line of scrimmage so that he wouldn't run that counter up the middle. And the other part was we played a lot more aggressive in the second half. We didn't do that in the first half. We were kind of tentative, and I think we were overthinking the situation. Sometimes when you have a quarterback like that could do both, it puts a little bit of hesitation on our first step, and you just got to play football.
First conference game, you're 1-0 now. Is it tougher to play that first conference game on the road? I know it is, but is it better to go ahead and get a road win so that way that's one in the books, that's one less you have to go through? Because, everybody knows, we talk about it all the time, this is one of the toughest football conferences in the entire state.
I never really thought much into being home, being away. But from a coach's standpoint of view, I like playing away because there's less that I have to do in terms of getting ready for a game. And you get on a bus, you go there, you play. At home, you got to do this, you got to do that. You sit around a little bit longer. There's a lot more downtime. But to playing away and playing at home, even as a player, to me, and as a coach, it really shouldn't matter. Football's football wherever it's at.
We know that when you're dealing with 15, 16, and 17-year-olds, that is not the case.
Well, and that's a big thing. You want to keep it as routine as possible without any distractions. With things coming up and events coming up, that's when I kind of love homecoming, but I don't love homecoming because that takes them out of routine. Even something as special as senior night takes them out of a routine, and those nights are the nights that I worry regardless because. They're just something that has to be done, but it can just that slight difference can leave the focus ajar.
Gotcha. How's the team with injuries? We noticed that we didn't get any stats this week on Carson or Cam Callaway, so we know about the other issue. So where are we injury-wise? Everybody healthy? Who's a little nicked up right now?
Actually, we're pretty healthy. The big issue that we had Friday night was us cramping up because it was so cool through the whole week. They weren't drinking like they should be, and all of a sudden we had a little bit of a rain, and all of a sudden it went from 70 to 85 degrees and muggy and humid, and we were cramping up more than anything else. Carson will be coming back playing like linebacker, so that's going to help us. And that's the other thing. We play with a lot of young guys Friday night who were JV players the week before, so that's another important part about this. When we did it with guys who were really second-string players, and we were able to come out with a victory.
Defense did a great job. 5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, another interception, and 2 fumble recoveries. So the defense did their job. Most of the time, E. Smith got 345 yards, but overall, are you very pleased with the effort of the defense?
Well, they stepped up and made big plays when we needed to, particularly towards the end. They got the ball and they were driving, and they attempted a field goal and didn't get it. And I think at that point we were only up by 3, and then I think that series we go down and score, and we go up by 10, and then we come back and hold them again, and that's when they punt to Levante. He runs it back in, and we're up 17-0. So we play a lot of that bend but don't break philosophy, and on the defensive side of the ball, especially defensive side of the ball, we were kind of banged up going into Smith game.
All right, but folks, they are 1-0 in the conference. Coming home this week to play Jack Britt. When we come back, we'll preview the Buccaneers coming in on a very uncharacteristic 4-game losing streak for the Buccaneers. But we'll talk about the game this week, the elementary school night. You saw the cheerleaders. We talked about some of the elementary school kids that are coming. But we'll talk about the Buccaneers and what the Trojans have to do to be 2-0 in the conference. When we come back, we'll preview that game. But you're watching the Trojan Coaches Show coming to you live from Peaden's, brought to you by New Again Carpet Cleaning. That's newagaincarpet.com. Go check out their online service app. You can schedule your appointment online, never have to talk to anybody. Go ahead and put in the service you need. You can get a quote right there. Jeff loves that. He said their people are just eating it up. So that's newagaincarpet.com. Get all your carpet cleaning needs, whether it's wood, tile, carpet, hardwood floors, linoleum. They can do the whole 9 works. They can do residential and commercial. I missed a commercial cleaning earlier this week, and I apologize to Jeff, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But that's newagaincarpet.com. When we come back, we'll preview the Trojans and the Buccaneers.
Discover what's behind the gates at Gates 4 Golf and Country Club.
One of the area's premier gated communities, featuring an 18-hole championship golf course, a beautiful 3/4-mile exercise trail with a children's play area, 4 new USTA tennis courts and pavilion, perfect for weddings and receptions, a family-friendly pool with cover patio, and our clubhouse offers many dining options along with live entertainment and dancing.
Golf, swimming, tennis, dining. Learn more about membership at gates4.com.
the year I get to enjoy cookouts and long walks on the beach. Ever since Jerry visited Valley Radiology, her legs are looking better than ever. Here I go.
Valley Radiology's minimally invasive treatments will rid your legs of the appearance of spider veins and bring relief from varicose veins, giving you the confidence to show off your legs. So go ahead, grab the shorts.
Sorry I can't hang around. I've got places to go.
Are you remodeling? The Restore Warehouse, Fayetteville's new and used home improvement alternative, is the area leader in new and used home and building supplies. Donate furniture, appliances, cabinets, lighting, windows, doors, or bath items. All donations are tax deductible. The Restore Warehouse also sells new kitchen cabinets, tile, flooring, and vanities for less. Plus, all net profits are donated to local Fayetteville area charities. Donate, shop, save, and support your community. Call now to schedule your free donation pickup.
Pack Power Media.
And welcome back to the Pine Forest Coaches Show, coming to you live from Peaden's. How about that new bumper? Do you like that, folks? Go on the Facebook page. Tell us how good you like that. Thanks to my good buddy David Spangler, who made the bumper for us. But you might know the voice. He's been around Fayetteville Radio for a long time. That's right. That's Mac Edwards going, Pack Power
That's it.
Media. So Mac Edwards, our good friend. We had you had a chance to work with him one night. We set you guys up to do a live stream at 71st.
Yeah, but you said it didn't work, so I don't know if that was your kind way of saying I stunk at it or what. So I don't know. I was never asked back. So I tell you, it's tough. People don't realize, even as a coach, you try to, I'm all about numbers, not so much players, but it's tough to. The term color commentator is definitely what you need to assist the analytical person.
So you're saying you have newfound respect for what I do on Friday nights?
I do.
Wow, I didn't think I was going to get that out of you, buddy. But thank you.
What was that? What was in that lemonade?
Hey, but we're here. We're talking about Pine Forest football this Friday night at home against Jack Britt. Jack Britt, the defending conference champs, but Coach, they're coming in looking anything like conference champ, losers of 4 in a row, and they are struggling on the offensive side of the ball. They have 81, 42, and 96 yards rushing in the last 3 games. When you look at them on film and you look at Jack Britt, what do you see?
Well, I see that Coach Rim's going through what we've gone through a couple times. Young players coming up. You just got to coach him up. I know he's playing a lot of freshmen, sophomore, and juniors on that team. Sometimes the circle of life comes back around every once in a while in sports, and I think it's in him hard. But again, even when you look at my tape, they have athletes. They're the type of team, and Hope County could tell you this: Hope County had them beat with 5 seconds left in the game, and they came back and were able to use their athleticism and beat them with 0.5 seconds left to win the game. So you can't sleep on them. And Coach Rimp and those guys do a pretty good job coaching those kids up.
And they lost just a ton of offense. I mean, you talk about Brian Bryant, who was the athlete of the year in the Mid-South Conference last year, 1,000 yards rushing. Jaquel Webster, 1,400 yards rushing. Keyshawn Wynn, 890 yards receiving. Brian Bryant over 1,000 yards passing. So we're talking about 4,000 yards of offense gone. 18 of 22 starters gone. Quarterback breaks his collarbone in the week before the season starts, something you can relate to. So you look at their revolving door at quarterback, Sean Petty, Kanique Bonner-Stewart, Deshaun Curtis, Cornell Rayner. How do you prepare for that, or is it? When you look at them on film, what do you key on?
Well, you look. There's 3 different quarterbacks that we know of, and each quarterback has it's almost like they have their own little job that they do for that offense. So that kind of helps you breaking it down. But you also have to remember, you talk about their offense. I mean, they lost a pretty good defensive front they had last year. I mean,
Arkell Vera, yeah. Byron, Biscuit Bryant.
Was it Ukaligbe?
He was 71st, Emmanuel Ukaligbe.
Yeah. Jack Britt they were probably the biggest team next to Southie that we saw last year. So, but it's one of those things that like I said before, we prepare them as if they're a conference champ, whatever. We don't look at their records. We don't look at the stats. We just know what we have to do to stop them in order for us to be successful. And I'm not one of these coaches that says, oh, they're this, they're that, because we did that to that group a couple years ago when we were undefeated. They had 3 losses. And we went up there thinking that we were going to walk all over them, and it flipped quick.
Only loss of the season, y'all were 11-1.
That's right, and they won the conference, and because they had 3 losses, but 3 losses to a real good team. So we understand, and that was a point that I made very aggressively the other day with my team, is you can't overlook this team. You have an opportunity to do something that we haven't done in 10 years, and that's beat them.
And they would have had losses to you guys and 71st. They did lose to 71st last week in convincing fashion. I did cover that game. They've given up 99 points on defense in the last 3 games. When you look at that offensively, does that play into what you do, or do they do some things that are going to cause you some headaches and cause you to kind of tweak a couple of things?
When you get to this far in the season, there's not too many defenses that you haven't seen already. So we've seen 4 3s, 4 2 5s, 3 3s, 3 4s, and fairly successful against all the teams that we see. And like I said, Coach Wickham does a really good job of game planning. That we're going to give them we're going to take what they give us, and they're no different than anybody else we prepare for. They're a little bit quicker up front. They're not as big as they have been in the past, but they're playing with some pretty quick guys that could get in the backfield pretty quick, and that kind of concerns me.
When you look at them offensively, they're very run-centric. They are run-heavy. What do you do defensively with the rotating quarterback? Because we called it Wildcat by committee, because like you said, you got 4. We saw a game where they had 5 different quarterbacks in there rotating in. So how do you prepare for that, or is it like we talked about before, just assignments, football, follow the football, and go make the tackle?
Well, the biggest thing, like you said, they're very run heavy, especially with their quarterbacks. And our concern is us biting so hard on the run that they have decent wide receivers that they're athletic enough where if you just slip one time and you bite too hard, that they could hit him a long, deep pass, which happened in Hope County, and they did that some against 71st as well. That's our concern. And when you have a situation like this, which we had last year, going towards the end, that you don't know what you're preparing for, you almost as a defense have to prepare for everything, because the unexpected becomes part of their game plan.
And that probably helps you as a coach, because that would seem to me would keep the kids grounded a little more. They can't kind of, oh, well, look at what they've, all the freshmen got to say is, hey, guys, 3 years ago, we came into that game, we were undefeated, they beat us, and we finished second. And then Greenville Rose comes in and upsets you guys at home in the first round of the playoffs. So that's kind of a reminder to some of those kids who have been there for 4 years that we got a job to do.
Well, nothing's guaranteed. Just because you have a certain record doesn't mean that's going to guarantee you something. It's not like in the pros where they get to a certain point, they've won their division, they don't have to play the last 2 games. You got to play every game. And it's just more important, like we said about conference. Every conference game wins. And I'll give an example, like what a big difference now that Southie got to win because of an eligible player. Me and Duran McLaurin were talking about that yesterday, and that's huge because now he's going to face the team that's already got to win.
Right.
And that motivates them. Say, hey, we're just as much in as anybody else. So that's the type of mentality with high school football, and I guess in a sadistic way, that's why people like coaching it, because you really, really got to be prepared, because you can't take any team for granted that you play.
Every game matters. You're going into week 2 of the conference season. A, B, C, D grade. Where is your team after one conference win, 6 games into the season?
I still feel we still haven't really gotten to the potential that we can be. I still think that when I think you said teams are respecting us more. We're opening a lot of eyes. I think that we have a lot more that we could do to really solidify people's opinion about us. That hey, we're for real. Of course, you go play Dudley, you lose to Dudley, and that kind of took a little bit of our stamina out. But I think if you talk to Dudley's people, they'll probably tell you something different. But media is media. But from the standpoint, I still think we really haven't hit that, that stride yet, and we're getting there. And I'm being patient because I would love to hit this stride, right after the 71st game, and we get a week off and get ready for playoffs. But they're just such a talented group of kids, and they have such a good work ethic that I get frustrated to tell them that how good, they're a very good team, but how great they can be. We talked about people comparing this team to the 10-1 team. I said, guys, if you can win conference and you go in the state playoffs and you win states, there's no question you're better than a 10-1 team because they didn't do that. Plain and simple.
Yeah, they win one game, and Greenville
right.
Rose came in and upset them. A very disappointing night on Andrews Road there. But this Friday night, Trojans and Buccaneers, 7 o'clock, not 7:30 as I said earlier. Still getting used to the 7 o'clock. Any chance that's going to change next year when everybody's back in the same conference?
I do not like it. I'm from my understanding, the reason why we did it, that reason has now left. Again, talked about routine. That 30 minutes makes a big difference. When you come out to warm up, hardly anybody in the stands.
Yeah, I've noticed it in the games we've done.
In the stands, you're like, the band. Usually the band's coming, and then even at 7 o'clock, people are still not trickling in.
At 7:30, they're trickling in.
Right, but at 7:30, you can kind of get a feel of what the crowds would be like. Kids can see the lines. 7 o'clock, that's a big difference, and people don't realize. The Cumberland County coaches, at least in the Mid-South Conference, voted against it. And higher-ups have more power than us, I guess.
You were outvoted.
Outvoted,
I guess. You were voted off the island.
I guess that vote was a token vote, like, say, you have a voice, but no, you don't.
So, hey, good luck this week. Again, at the Harold K. Warren Stadium, 7 o'clock Friday night against Jack Brick. Come out and support. It's elementary school night, so there's going to be a lot of kids there. Get there early. Go ahead and get your pork chop sandwiches. I can almost smell one from here.
I think I've had one in 10 years since I've been there.
Well, they used to, when we come into a game there, they deliver them to us. And now they don't even deliver them to us anymore, Jason Norton.
No, you need to talk to Daryl Drill, the Booster Club president.
Oh, well, we had him on last week, so we'll talk to Daryl about that. But come out and support your Trojans this Friday night against the Jack Brick Buccaneers. When we come back, we're going to talk to Jeff Houghton, owner of New Again Carpet Cleaning, talk about some of the services he's got to offer that you may not be aware of. And we've got a couple of players here we're going to talk to. We got lots more to cover before the end of the show, so don't go anywhere, folks. A lot more to cover, a lot more to do. But we're here at Peaden's, 1600 MacArthur Road, some of the best, freshest seafood anywhere around. So come on and try them, whether you're eating in or taking it out, whether it's a big group, whether it's you and the wife, or you got 4,500 people that need a catering job. They got the big 18-wheeler out there, so come on in. But it's the Trojan Coaches Show brought to you by New Again Carpet Cleaning, newagaincarpet.com. We'll be right back.
Discover what's behind the gates at Gates 4 Golf and Country Club.
One of the area's premier gated communities, featuring an 18-hole championship golf course, a beautiful 3/4-mile exercise trail with a children's play area, 4 new USTA tennis courts and pavilion, perfect for weddings and receptions, a family-friendly pool with cover patio, and our clubhouse offers many dining options along with live entertainment and dancing.
Golf, swimming, tennis, dining. Learn more about membership at gates4.com.
This is the year I get to enjoy cookouts and long walks on the beach. Ever since Jerry visited Valley Radiology, her legs are looking better than ever. Here I go!
Valley Radiology's minimally invasive treatments will rid your legs of the appearance of spider veins and bring relief from varicose veins, giving you the confidence to show off your legs. So go ahead, grab the shorts.
Sorry I can't hang around. I've got places to go.
Are you remodeling? The Restore Warehouse, Fayetteville's new and used home improvement alternative, is the area leader in new and used home and building supplies. Donate furniture, appliances, cabinets, lighting, windows, doors, or bath items. All donations are tax deductible. The Restore Warehouse also sells new kitchen cabinets, tile, flooring, and vanities for less. Plus, all net profits are donated to local Fayetteville area charities. Donate, shop, save, and support your community. Call now to schedule your free donation pickup.
Pack Power Media.
And we're back live, the Trojan Coaches Show coming to you from Peaden's on MacArthur Road. So whether we're looking for fish, shrimp, chicken, the chicken's got a good skull on it tonight. Barbecue, whether you're looking for a catering job, come on over. They'd love to check you out. But I've got Jeff Houghton, defensive coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Defensive coordinator for the Trojans and also the owner of our sponsor of the show tonight, New Again Carpet Cleaning. Jeff, welcome, man.
Thank you.
So defensively, you guys have been very strong this year. You've been able to do some things, hold some opponents really down. We were talking to Bill earlier about some of the comebacks, but you haven't been out of a ball game except for the Dudley game. What's been the key to y'all's success this year on the defensive side of the ball?
It all starts with film. We break down the film. We started on Monday with the players. We go over film, what to look for, keys, and then we go out on Monday and we do nothing but recognition so they can actually see it. We'll work base on Monday, and then on Tuesdays we go into what we're going to do up front, stunts, blitzes. So by the time Friday gets here, they've seen everything that the team can bring at us. We break it down individually and then by groups.
What team has posed y'all the most problems so far? That other than Dudley, because you got not Harold Herbin, but
Grays Creek.
Grays Creek, because of the triple
Wing
option
tee,
attack,
yeah.
wet wing tee.
It's so assignment football for that is so they want to flow, and if you flow, they come back. So you really got to stay home for the wing tee and not over penetrate.
You talked about some of the schemes and stunts and blitzes. Out of the three groups, the defensive linemen, the linebackers, and the defensive backs, who's been the key to your success this year? Is it the linemen being able to get the pressure, which takes it off the defensive backs, allowing the linebackers to make the play, or is it the DBs who are covering the guys so well that gives the lineman time to run around and make the sack or the tackle for the loss?
It all starts up front. The line is the key to everybody's success. If we can win the war up front, we're going to do well. If we're not winning the war up front, we're not doing well. Keeps our linebackers able to flow, read their keys, so it all starts up front.
What player on the defense has been the biggest surprise this year? Somebody that you coming out of spring practice and summer drills that you were like you didn't think was going to do good, but not as good, but now all of a sudden he's a stud.
Well, I won't say he's a surprise, but Dominique, he's a sophomore. Hadn't seen him play. He came out. He came out middle of June, and he's picked it up, and you'll be able to talk with him in a minute.
Yeah, and that's Dominic. What's his last name there? Let's go back up. Sorry, folks. Dominic Roberto. 2 tackles last week, solo tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Had a big game against a dual threat quarterback with E.E. Smith, and when you face a team like that, you talked about Grays Creek, but then you got Xavier Bullock, who's a run-pass option all the time. You really got to play assignment football, and y'all were fairly successful, especially in the second half, in shutting him down.
Yes, we were. Last week we started, our linebackers were all out of position. When I say that, I mean they weren't used to, our Sam was playing Mike. So
now explain that to the folks at home. Your Sam is playing Mike, so that's your strong side linebacker playing middle linebacker, and so that's something that's they're not used to because they're looking at different things.
They're looking at different things, and all of them were out of position. Dominique was playing Sam. He got moved to Mike because of Coach Carson Cole. He was hurt, so they had to pick it up. And we had 2 sophomores and 1 junior starting One of them had just got brought up from JV.
That'll cause you some gray hair, won't it?
It did.
You got to shave yours like mine. Mine's all gone, so I've had a lot of that. But let's switch gears a little bit. Talk about your business, New Again Carpet Cleaning. You are the sponsor. What's your specialty? What's something y'all do day in and day out that you're most proud of that people can take advantage of?
Clean carpets. I mean, customer service is our #1 priority. If you don't want to speak to me, like you said, you can go online and schedule it that way. Found out a lot of people like doing that, so obviously they don't want to talk to me.
Yeah, they do. They just don't. They don't know you. They don't know to love you.
But we're always available 24/7. You can call my number. The only time I don't have it's during football.
So don't call during a football game.
If you call right now,
and don't call during practice.
You call right now, it will go to my voicemail. But I will call you back.
And what's the number?
910-987-0000.
987-0000. Dominic, why don't we get you to come on over here, man? We're going to get you plugged in. We're going to make you a superstar, even bigger of a star, as we hear the weather alerts going on outside. Again, that's Jeff Houghton, defensive coordinator for the Trojans and the owner of New Again Carpet Cleaning. That's newagaincarpet.com. As you hear the TVs going off in the background, there is some flash flooding that's been going on. So if you are in harm's way, just keep watching because we're having fun right here. Coming to you live from Peaden's. We got Dominic Roberto, sophomore, man. The coach is talking you up.
Yeah.
So what's been the key to your success so far, man? Is it he talked a little bit about film, but you're a big kid. You're spending some time in the weight room.
Yes, sir.
You eating right? Your grades right?
Yes, sir. All A's.
All A's?
Yes, sir.
All right. One class?
One class, no.
No, man. You guys, from talking to Matthew earlier and Nate, it seems like you guys really enjoy playing as a unit and genuinely like each other. And as a former player, when you like your teammates, it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah. I think that we have kind of like a brotherhood bond, and I think that's what makes it better on the field.
Now, have you played with these guys before? We're in a military school, so there's people in and out of this area all the time. So have you grown up Pine Forest Middle, that route, or did you move in and nobody really knew you and you just said, hey, here I am?
I lived here in elementary school, moved in 6th grade, went to Maryland, came back here 9th grade.
All right. So what's been the biggest play, man? What's been the woo hit that you played on somebody so far this season?
Probably the jamboree.
Tell us about that.
It was an option to the left, and quarterback pitched it to the running back, and it was me and William Sturdivant laid the hit same time, sandwiched them, fumble. They picked it up.
You know about the woo hit. That's the first hit of the game. Makes everybody in the crowd go, ooh. That's what we call the ooh hit. So you've been playing linebacker. You talked about you had to go play middle linebacker against E. Smith. What's the difference in playing? And I look at you played linebacker. I was a D lineman, so I was just trying to pinch so that my guys could go make a tackle. But when you're looking at it from a linebacker, what's different about that, and what did you learn from playing the different position that'll help you in your current position?
Just a respect for it. Middle linebacker has to call out the plays, read different gaps like A gap to A gap, get people in different positions, make sure everything's okay. And outside linebacker, you're just playing, outside, reading the DN,
Gotcha. Now, strong side, are you looking for a tight end on your side or an H-back or a slot wide receiver to key off of?
I'm actually weak side.
Weak side, yeah. Okay.
So
he said you were Sam. That's why I said that.
Am I playing Sam? No. Oh.
Okay. He's just an athlete. He's a stud, not a stub, but a stud. Now, you didn't play varsity last year, or did you play varsity last year?
I played varsity in Maryland. Yes.
Played varsity. So you're new back in here. Never played against any of these teams before. Which game is on your circled on the schedule and said, yeah, I want to play against this team?
Probably Dudley. Dudley was a big game. We didn't come out with the win, but it was a good experience to go against players that are going D1.
After they beat y'all, they went to #1 in the state. So That's quite an accomplishment up there. And then they went down to Richmond and beat the number 9 team in the state by more points than they beat you guys by. So that's got to be a little bit of feathers in y'all's cap.
I still wish we came out with the win, but it doesn't make me feel better at the end of the day.
Are your goals for this season that you had been preseason, are they still intact? Are you going to be able to achieve those goals?
Yes, state championship.
State championship, there you go. Come out and watch Dominic Roberto this Friday night as the Trojans take on the Jack Britt Buccaneers. You're going to see a lot of him. You're going to see a lot of Matt Sochovka. You're going to see a lot of the Trojan defense trying to stop that running attack of the Jack Britt Buccaneers. Thanks, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, we're going to wrap up, talk about all the things we've done, talk about all the things that are coming up for Pine Forest sports that you need to be aware of as we continue down on the Pine Forest Coaches Show. Pine Forest Trojan Coaches Show brought to you by New Again Carpet Cleaning. That's newagaincarpet.com. When we come back, we're going to wrap it up, talk about next week and all things Trojans. Hear from Peaden's live.
Discover what's behind the gates at Gates 4 Golf and Country Club.
One of the area's premier gated communities, featuring an 18-hole championship golf course, a beautiful 3/4-mile exercise trail with a children's play area, 4 new USTA tennis courts and pavilion, perfect for weddings and receptions, a family-friendly pool with cover patio, and our clubhouse offers many dining options along with live entertainment and dancing.
Golf, swimming, tennis, dining. Learn more about membership at gates4.com.
The year I get to enjoy cookouts and long walks on the beach. Ever since Jerry visited Valley Radiology, her legs are looking better than ever. Here I go.
Valley Radiology's minimally invasive treatments will rid your legs of the appearance of spider veins and bring relief from varicose veins, giving you the confidence to show off your legs. So go ahead, grab the shorts.
Sorry I can't hang around. I've got places to go.
Are you remodeling? The Restore Warehouse, Fayetteville's new and used home improvement alternative, is the area leader in new and used home and building supplies. Donate furniture, appliances, cabinets, lighting, windows, doors, or bath items. All donations are tax deductible. The Restore Warehouse also sells new kitchen cabinets, tile, flooring, and vanities for less. Plus, all net profits are donated to local Fayetteville area charities. Donate, shop, save, and support your community. Call now to schedule your free donation pickup.
Pack Power Media.
And we're back on the wrap-up for the Pine Forest Coaches Show. I've been joined by Malik Daniel. They threw at him up here at the last minute to see how good I was. And so I am currently searching for Malik Daniel's stats. Looks like he's got 4 yards rushing so far. Is that it? Is that only 4 yards rushing?
I'm for defense, coach.
So he's got so far you got 29 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. Big D lineman. What year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
You're
currently.
a sophomore. What's your sign? Are you a Libra, a Capricorn? They said to say my name's Malik. I'm a Capricorn.
I forgot about that. I'm a Pisces.
You're a Pisces, so he's the fish. What's the best thing about going to Pine Forest High School?
Best thing about going to Pine Forest High School, the teachers.
The teachers.
Some of the teachers there, they don't have a lot of favoritism, but sometimes they stay on you. They make sure you turn in your stuff. I feel like in middle school they kind of over-exaggerated. It made it seem like the teachers just wouldn't care. But mostly my experiences with most of the teachers I've had, they actually do care. They want you to do good in their class.
What about the principal? What do you think about Mr. David?
He's the best principal I had.
Best principal you've ever had. Look at there, David. You need to come on the show. Your students love you. How's the food there, man? Is the food good? Does it need to be improved? Or do you bring your lunch?
No.
No?
The food is okay.
I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just asking. He's a big boy. I mean, he's like me. He likes to eat.
I mean, it's okay. It's not really that exciting. Some days it's okay. Sometimes it just doesn't look appealing.
All right. What's the best thing about playing defense for Coach Houghton?
The best part about playing defense for Coach Houghton, he gets in your head. He makes you want to do better because at some points you just get tired of him just nagging at you. Just at some point you'll just get tired of it. Like like me, I put my wrong hand down on the defensive line. It's like every time I do it.
So what's he say to you?
Malik, wrong hand. It's just switch your hand, Malik. Is all the time. But once you get to know him, he's a pretty cool coach. He's a real good guy. Just do your assignment. If you don't do your assignment, you're gonna hear about it every day.
I got you. So do you want to play offense?
I mean, yeah.
You want to run the ball? I mean, are you as fast as Levante?
No, sir. I'm not the fastest dude on the field. More of a power back. Yeah, like
1 yard dive. When you need that 1 yard.
Yeah, something like that.
When you care to send the very best, send Malik Daniels. Hey man, continued success. We want to see your name in the paper. We'll add you to our stat sheet. Make sure we get you on. Talk about you next week. And man, just have good luck against Jack Britt. Watch their keys for the run. I've seen them play about 3 times this year. They run those quarterbacks through, and I'm sure you've seen that on film.
Thank you.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up here. Don't go anywhere. You get to sit right here. This is Malik. He's a Pisces. He's a sophomore. He likes puppies. And he likes hush puppies, especially from Peaden's. Hey, but that's going to wrap us up from Peaden's. I'm Billy Mack. We talked. Thanks to the cheerleaders for coming out. Sarah Page, don't forget that we're going to have the youth cheerleaders out this Friday night, so you want to get there early for the 7 o'clock game. If you're one of the elementary cheerleaders and you're watching, you need to be there about by 5:45. Is that right? Is that right, youth cheerleaders? What time are they supposed to be there?
6 o'clock.
Be there by 6 o'clock. Going to be a big game against Jack Britt. Can Pine Forest knock the defending champion off and put them at 0-2 in the conference? Hey, for all things sports, you can go to ncprepsports.net. Check out everything with Pine Forest. We've still got volleyball going on, still got soccer going on. They got rained out tonight. We thought Isaac was going to show up, but he was not able to make it. Girls golf is still going on. They've got a big match coming up against Stryker. Actually, that was today. Have not seen the results from that. But take us home, Isaac. Tell them they need to watch next week right here on Pack Power Media. Watch next week on Pack Power Media.
Watch next week on Pack Power Media.
All right, for Billy Mack from Peaden's and for New Again Carpet Cleaning, we'll see you next week, folks.
Pack Power Media.